We've got a special panel of guests this afternoon. We have Mr. Bill Clifford, he's President CEO of the World Affairs Council. We've got Cynthia joining us. She's a fellow at the Mid East Forum, and standing by very patiently is former US Ambassador, a well-known diplomat, Teresita Schaffer. Thanks very much for staying back with us, ma'am. And we have a friend from Afghanistan as well, Arash, who is joining us. He will give us a sense of what Afghanistan is looking for from this meeting as well. We'll have Jonna Blank, who will be joining us shortly, and also Ahmed Mustikan, and Patrick Cronin will also be joining us in a few moments from now. If I could come to you first, ma'am. A meeting has just been completed between Rex Tillerson, James Mattis, very significant meetings. From your point of view, what will be the key outcome of the Trump-Modi meeting today?
I think the key outcome is going to be what kind of relationship that Trump and Modi establish. I think there are a couple of substantive issues that are going to be especially important. One is the defense relationship, and there I think what they're going to do is to recognize what's already been achieved and to deepen it. And we know that this is important to Secretary Mattis, and that it's also important to Prime Minister Modi. The second one is a little more complicated, and that is the trade deficit.
Right.
The economic relationship was where the big U.S.-India relationship started. The present administration is very concerned about the trade deficit, and in particular about imports, industrial imports into the United States. So they have set about focusing on bilateral trade deficits, including the one with India, and wanting to address them one by one as the way of remedying what they see as a big problem.
Right.
I think there is a way of coming out of this with something that benefits both sides.
Right.
And that is, rather than to get hung up on the whole bilateral trade deficit, India has to worry about its overall trade balance as well, to take some sector, such as perhaps the automotive sector, and work out a sectoral agreement that benefits both sides, so that both sides can look to increased access for some range of their products.
So work fundamentally for specific sectors and try and improve them.
That
Cynthia,
would be my recommendation.
Right. Cynthia, if I could get you in over here, we're looking at a global ISIS threat today. I'm sure Donald Trump is going to look for an ally in India for this global fight against terrorism. How do you see this meeting, and how do you think this relationship can be important for the world?
This is a historic meeting. You have two world leaders that understand the radical threat of the threat of radical Islamic terrorism, and this is a great opportunity for coalition militarily, also on intelligence, defense. But both countries need to do something very important. They both need to designate the Muslim Brotherhood as a terrorist organization.